welcome to Mama Mandala, where magic is somatic. I'm Hagar. Welcome to this new moon in Virgo, solar eclipse, Rosh Hashanah, which is the Jewish New Year, full equinox. There's, wow, a lot going on in the realms of invitations into deep transformation. And whether you come into a transformative moment from an empowered decision to participate in a collective transformation, or you come into it from this faith-based space inside of you in astrology and in the transits and in the power of the phases of the moon, or you come into it from this whimsical, playful willingness and desire to participate and to explore from a mythic and an archetypal perspective. Whatever doorway you walk into this transformative moment is a powerful portal. Eclipses are considered in astrology to be portals of transformation. And this is the last in a season of eclipses. It's happening with Virgo. So this is such I love paradox and dichotomies and contrast, because the eclipse is considered to be an upheaval, change agent, really a quality of shaking things up that comes from an astrological perspective through an eclipse. And the sign of Virgo, the zodiac of Virgo, this archetype, is in love with organization, with order, with putting things in their place, with creating clarity, with building structures that help us organize our minds, bodies, hearts, spirit, lives, right? So in a moment of upheaval, which we don't need an eclipse for upheaval, right? The world right now, whoa, we're feeling it. Between the rise of authoritarianism, not rise, really a settling in of fascism here in the US and in other places in the world, and the madness that comes with it, which takes us all over the place with our lack of with the lack of reliability, right? With the lack of capacity to ground in anything that we've felt like we could trust before. This is a lot. So yes, an eclipse can symbolize this kind of energy, but it's already going on in the world, whether or not we're in eclipse mode. So the power of the Virgo archetype, whether you believe in this seasonal moment with it, which actually it's a new moon in Virgo, but in pretty much the entire lunar cycle is going to be in Libra. So Libra has this moving side to side, this indecision when it's in the shadow, but this deep adaptability and capacity to look at things from many different angles and perspectives. So we have the grounding force of Virgo that begins this lunar cycle, that begins this Jewish New Year, that takes us through the portal of the chaotic time of the eclipse. We have this grounding invitation to create the kind of structures that we need in order to move through this time in a way that can help us cultivate whatever it is that we feel that we need and that those around us need from us, whether it be a more stable kind of energy, which the equinox really invites us into, this stabilizing moment, right? This evenness, or it's this capacity to integrate, because Virgo is really powerful with integration. She sees all the details, but she's able to integrate and put everything together in a neat kind of a way. So however it is that you feel the need to ground yourself and in your life right now, this is what this portal can be for if we choose to walk through it in this way. So let's take a seat. If you want more details about Virgo and about the eclipse, I wrote an essay about it, and you can find it on my website on mamamandala.com, and I will leave a link for you in the description of the video, so you can go to that after this meditation. This is a really powerful way to first meditate. You can do it either way. You can first read about it and then meditate and take it into an embodied practice, or you can first meditate and come into the reading and into the information and into this more cognitive exploration from this rooted place. So you can do it either way. I have in my pocket, actually, now that I sit, I can really feel it, a rock. So Virgo is an earth sign. So I brought with me to this meditation. You can grab something for yourself if you're like a rock, because the heaviness, the weight of it helps us ground and anchor. And it's a direct relationship with the earth element. And what's incredible is that Virgo is a mutable earth sign. So it's this capacity to, while we're grounded, to also transform. While we root ourselves, to not get stuck, to be like the roots that reach out under the soil and interact and interweave with all these other characters and all these other beings under and beneath and through the soil that are supporting the life of the plant, like mycelium and bacteria. So there's a whole world. And so as we ground, we root ourselves into this integrative practice. So bring your left hand over your heart and your right hand over your belly. And I'm going to put the rock with my right hand on my belly. And you can allow your eyes to soften. You don't have to close your eyes right away. It can be a slow moment. And when your eyes want to close, just listen to your body and let them close. And if they never want to close and you always want to keep them open and soft, that's totally fine. And notice how your breath is moving through you, the rhythm of it, the natural flow of it. And when you're ready, begin to tone the back of the throat. We're going to breathe what is called in Sanskrit, in the yoga tradition, Ujjayi pranayama. Ujjayi means triumphant. And you can weave that into your practice, into this moment, in whatever way that feels most meaningful for you. So you breathe with this resonant sound. The breath is moving through a tighter passage, and this is a triumphant breath. And for me, in a very simple way, this triumph is simply the invitation to empower myself to stay grounded, or to root myself into important relationships, and to integrate the different pieces of my life, even within this chaotic, destabilizing period in history, in the energetic upheaval of the eclipse. And feel the way that Ujjayi breath, that's this tone in the back of the throat, grounds you. It grounds spirit. As it creates a conduit, a more well-defined channel for your for the power of prana, for the power of life, for the force of life to move through you. And so you're integrating yourself with the environment in a conscious way. And keep breathing. You can release your hands and let them rest on your thighs, on your knees. You can do palms facing up, or you can do palms facing down. I find palms facing down to be more grounding, more oriented toward the earth, so that's what I'm choosing. And my hand is still resting on the stone, on the rock, as it rests on my thigh. Slow, deep Ujjayi breaths. And let's breathe on the count of 5 for inhale. We'll hold the breath for 2 counts between the breaths, and we'll exhale for 10 counts and hold for 2. And if this is too much, you can adjust as needed for yourself. But this is the focus on the exhalation, invites us into the release and the relief. So the portal of the eclipse is this invitation to release the outdated conversations, to drop some of the limitations that we put on ourselves that stop us from stepping more deeply into who we can be in this world, for more than just ourselves, for the purpose of service and deep engagement. Virgo is service oriented. And so let's breathe. Go ahead and exhale all the way out. Empty the breath out completely. And now inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold the breath. 2. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold. 2. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 2. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold. 2. Inhale. Hold. 2. Exhale. Hold. 2. Inhale. Hold. 2. Exhale. Inhale. Hold. 2. Exhale. Hold. 2. Inhale. Hold. 2. Exhale. Hold. 2. Inhale. Hold. 2. Exhale. Hold. 2. And now keep breathing Ujjayi breath without counting. Just allowing the breath to move in the rhythm that it wants to move. And feel the space that you're in right now. And as you breathe, ask yourself, what needs to be integrated in your life? What feels disconnected and not quite aligned? And the places where there is dissonance. And breathe and support yourself in this contemplation. Where do things feel untethered? And you don't have to fix it, but invite yourself if this feels inviting for you, if this feels authentic and like it is what you need. Invite yourself right now to bring the pieces that are not connected, that are feeling disintegrated, into the space of your breath. Breathe them in. And with the exhalation, as much as you can, allow yourself to release the expectation of yourself to do a perfect job, to make it all work. So with the inhalation, make space for the things that are not quite having their place in you. And with the exhalation, release the expectation to do a perfect job, to make it all work. So you breathe in and you bring into the vessel, into this powerful presence of you, all the parts. And you breathe out and you release the need and the expectation and the hope that this will all be perfect and it's all going to work out. Make room for the mess. Ooh, this is hard for the Virgo archetype. But releasing the perfectionism is not easy. I say that as if it's an easy thing to do, but it's an invitation. It's the beginning of untangling the tendency of perfectionism and making room for the parts that don't really feel like they have a place. Almost like you're creating a drawer inside of you for all the different pieces that don't quite have the right drawer. And maybe there's a part of you, maybe there's that Virgo archetype in you that doesn't like this. You really want to find place for everything, but in life there isn't this kind of perfect situation. So with your breath, still with Ujjayi, you make space for it. You make room for the chaos, but you organize within it, creating a structure that can support you in the mess. And to take it even deeper, bring your thumb and the tip of your thumb and the tip of your ring finger to touch. This is Prithvi Mudra, the mudra of the earth. My palms are still facing down, although it's a little bit more of a sideways angle with this mudra, with this gesture. I moved the rock a little bit more inwardly on my thigh, closer towards my hip. And you can make your ujjayi a little bit softer. Still maintain that engagement, but let it be a little softer. And into the vessel of the mudra, we're going to pour a mantra. It's a very simple mantra. It's from India. It's just one sound. It's a seed sound. And it's the seed sound of the earth. And it holds in it all the teachings of the earth, all the teachings of deities in India that have to do with a grounding power. But the power of the earth is complex. It's a weaving of a net that holds in it all that has died and all that will ever live. It's a net of decay and rebirth, a net of old and new woven together, of ancestry and present moment and future generations. And the mantra is Hrim, H-R-I-M, Hrim. And you can whisper it with your exhalation, or say it out loud, or recite it inwardly. Hrim, as if your breath is now touching, and it is, the trees, and through the trees, their roots, and through their roots, the soil, and all that makes the soil, all the death and the life, and all that feeds on what has lived before but now has given itself back. Hrim. And as you breathe in, allow the mantra to recite itself inside of you. Hrim, as you breathe in, letting the earth and all her teachings, all her power, in the form of oxygen that comes through the plants, to enter your system, through your nostrils, through your lungs, and your heart, and all the blood vessels that deliver oxygen to all the parts of your body. And so your body is integrated with the body of the earth, with the life and death cycles, with all these different species. And you breathe Hrim as you inhale, bringing this interconnection into your awareness. Hrim as you exhale, weaving yourself into the whole. these life and death cycles in the earth are beautifully organized and orchestrated, but it's also a messy process. It doesn't quite line up. The earth itself has a tilt in its axis. It's not straight in relationship to the sun, and that's what gives us the seasons, what gives us these opportunities to arrive again, to begin again, to quiet down and to release again, to revive and redirect ourselves, to offer ourselves generously, abundantly. Breathe and integrate as many pieces as feel appropriate right now to be woven into this moment. With a grounding intention to release the perfectionism and to structure your inner world in this way that gives room for the chaos. And let that be healing. Not again in a perfectionist way, not in an ableism kind of a way, but in a way that allows you to release a bit more, to be held by this great power of earth and sun and moon. And breathe Hrim, this mantra, this sound, this seed sound. And in this new moon, and perhaps for you a new year if you're Jewish, plant the seed, plant Hrim, plant the seeds of your intention. Whether it's what I'm offering here to be less oriented toward making it perfect and doing a flawless job, but grounding yourself in the capacity to structure and adapt in a chaotic world, or whatever your intentions are for this new lunar cycle and perhaps new year. And breathe it through the mantra. Sowing the seeds of your intentionality into the vessel of the mudra of Prithvi, of the earth, through the seed sound of Hrim, of this mantra. Feel your hips rooting into the earth beneath you. Feel your spine lengthening through the crown of your head toward the sky. You are connected. take your time and stay with it if you'd like for longer. Or softly bring your hands together in front of your heart in Anjali Mudra and rub your hands together. If you have a stone or a rock or an object that helps you feel more connected symbolically to ground, you can hold it in the space between your hands. You can exhale out through your mouth a couple of times and move a little bit with your hips, a little bit with your spine, so that you feel your body reintegrating with your life, with your environment in a way that takes you out of ritual and into reality. Not that they are not connected. Put your hands over your heart for a moment if that helps you feel more rooted. And whenever you're ready, allow your eyes to open. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this meditative breathwork ritual was meaningful and helpful for you in any way. And if it was, put a like on this video, share it with your friends. And if you're not yet subscribed to this channel, please subscribe to this channel and go ahead and check out that. Ooh, I'm in meditative high right now, but go ahead and check out the essay, and the link is in the description of the video for you. And grab the ritual guide that I made. It's a free ritual guide for you to weave ritual into your life and create rituals that are meaningful in your everyday. So grab that. It's totally free. Link is in the description, and I am looking forward to hanging out with you again sometime soon. Thank you so much. Namaste.